man. I'm down and out today, man. Shalom. Shalom. Hey, guys. Gang, gang. Hey, Casey. Mark, Amy, Joe, Christy, Ange. So, hey, kitty, kitty. Hey, Kayla's. I'm here. How old am I? Old enough to know better. Meow. Weather Goose, Tracy, Rose Oil. Uh, just the stuff with my sister. It's just like as the days go by, it starts to change. And you're welcome, Tabitha. Thank you, Sally. Hey, hey, Jenny. So, yeah, man. Thank you, Biker. So, I thought maybe we all kind of be in the mood to do a little research together. I've got a pretty good stream lined up. That way I can just kind of lay here in the bed and have fun, right? Instead of watching a Netflix, can do it this way. Thank you, Jaded. Thank you, Rose Oil. So, we all know about all the protests that are being threatened and all of that, right? We all know about all that, right? Hmm. Yeah. What's up, Kate? What's up, Killer? Yeah, we all know about all the. Yeah. Thank you, Rage. Love you. Hey, AJ. Wow, that's awesome. It's awesome, Angie. I love all you ladies. Rose oil. So they're supposed to go in front of Don's job, Don's boss's house. Then they're supposed to protest in front of TBI in Hawkins County. And then I guess somewhere in there, they're supposed to protest in front of my house, and my dead sister's house. So I love you, Joe. Thank you, Missing. So without further ado, let's just go on down through here, right? Yeah. Who is they? Funny you should ask. Let me show you. Okay. All right. Got a lot going here, so hold on. Uh, bear with me for a moment. All right, here we go, guys. Guys want you to remember when they say there's no, I mean, no evidence that points to an abduction, everyone automatically starts thinking, oh, goodness, see, let's tilt the way we think a little bit, right? So, nothing that points to an abduction, but a very real possibility that she wandered off. Okay. This was just a few days ago. Nothing that points to foul play, nothing that points to abduction, but the very real possibility that she wandered off. Isn't that like the next tidbit? That's like the next, it's like it got whispered, right? Very real possibility that she wandered off. It was whispered by the TBI, and unfortunately, only 2,057 people had something to say here or talk about, whatever, right? But these videos about these billboards and this money and all this other jazz, it gets tens of 20s of thousands of views, right? But they don't want to focus on the fact that the TBI, because guess what? The TBI is stating that there's a very real possibility that she wandered off. What does her wandering off have to do with what we've done to the wells for over 6 months now? For over 6 months, we collectively as a community have been tearing this family apart. And on December 15th, 2021, TBI releases a statement that there's a very real, it's not moderate, it's not a mild possibility, it's not a it's not a chance, there's the very real. Those two adjectives together, very and real, when put together, they paint something that's more than very and more than real. But together, very real means a critical possibility that she wandered off. So then I guess in order to fit the narrative of what everyone wants it to be, she would have, and this is the only way that it could work, people. If TBI says they passed the polygraph and says there's a very real possibility that this young girl wandered off, the only way you make that work is if she wandered off and Don and Candace picked her up and then did something with, to, or whatever her. But then you've still got the polygraph situation, which was discussed by Sheriff Lawson and Dr. Phil. Not in that order. It was Dr. Phil, and then I believe it was the next day or 2 days later, we all heard him say they passed the polygraph. So let's go ahead and check this out.
Today marks 6 months since the family of Summer Wells reported the 5-year-old girl missing.
Law enforcement continues to investigate her disappearance. Still no leads. Summer was reported missing by her family June 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an Amber Alert for her the next day. That alert remains active as the search continues.
Today on Twitter, the TBI said they're continuing to follow every lead. They said the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office will not stop working until they have answers about what happened to Summer. And the TBI reiterated there's no evidence that Summer had been abducted. They're continuing to explore all the possibilities.
At this time, there is no evidence that she was abducted. However, all avenues continue to be explored, including foul play and the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous and rough terrain.
Now, what we need to understand as laymen's and halfway sleuths is they set up the plot by giving you different options, but then we've got the old homage, saving the best for last, or what was the most important that they wanted to be the takeaway. And then what you hear is the very real possibility. They didn't say abduction's a real possibility. They didn't say anything other than her walking away was the real possibility. Let's listen to that again. I think it's very important to understand the data as it comes from the source, not when it comes from your favorite YouTuber, but when it comes from a verified source. Because let me tell you this, the media and the sheriff's department, they work hand in hand. Okay. We all have heard when reporters say, sources close to the sheriff say, well, who is that? It's other cops. It's public spokespersons for the public affairs officers. If in fact this title were some sort of way of propaganda or some sort of way stepping on the feet of the investigation in a way that would be unhelpful, this wouldn't be this way. Because what happens in these smaller communities is once the news media crosses the sheriff, well, then guess what you have is you have a situation where they don't cooperate with the media, and so the news isn't breaking minute, so to speak. They've got to file for freedom of information. They've got to do different avenues when the media has burnt it up, because it is not a right for the media to have the inside track on these investigations. It's a privilege that they obtain by reporting essentially sheriff friendly news.
In the mountainous and rough terrain surrounding her home, she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous and rough terrain as she was abducted. However, all avenues continued to be explored, including foul play, and the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in
the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the rough and mountainous terrain.
In the mountainous and rough terrain surrounding her home.
And they're encouraging anyone with information.
The very real possibility. So let's keep that as we have it now. And I'm going to move this to the end of our segment here. Okay. All right. Now, that is the scenario in which we find it now. Okay. At 6 months, the very real possibility that she wandered off and became lost in the mountainous terrain around her house. Hoo-ha? Okay. Actually, what I'd like to do really quick is I would like to read what was sent to me from the family this morning, okay? Let's go ahead and kill this real quick. Okay. Okay. Now, what I'd like to read is something that was sent to me by the family this morning. After you've seen that and the real possibility that she wandered off, I want to stick this in your crawl right after that. Who am I? A little girl, just 5 years old. I am Summer Wells. Who am I? I have 3 older brothers who are awaiting my return home. I am Summer Moon Utah Wells. I am just 5 years old. I have a mother and a father who I love dear, a grandmother who loves flowers and gives me candy here and there. I love them all. I miss them all. I know they miss me too. On June 15th, 2021, I vanished from the safety of my home. The one who took me and God are perhaps the only ones who know. I am Summer Moon Utah Wells. I am only 5 years old. I miss my parents and my brothers, my grandma and my swing. I miss Miss Robin and the love she would give. I miss my puppies and all my Paw Patrol toys. I miss the bows Mama put in my hair and being rough like one of the boys. I miss swimming with Mommy. I was her little pal. I am Summer Moon Utah Wells. I miss my yard. I miss my home. I miss my family so. But I miss Mommy most. I know that somewhere out there, you know, somewhere out there, I know that someone out there knows. You know where I am. You know what you have done. You see their hearts breaking. What have you done? I am Summer Wells. I am only 5 years old. God cannot forgive one that doesn't ask to be forgiven. Maybe I am alive. Maybe I am hidden. Maybe I am gone and need to be laid to rest. Maybe you need to get something off of your chest. So, free me and let me come home. Release me. Tell them what you know. Call in an anonymous tip and tell them where I am. I had on the clothes I planned to wear my very first day of school. I was so excited. Now I might never get to go. I want to come home. Please bring me home. I am Summer Moon Utah Wells, and I am only 5 years old. And with that, it pains me to bring you the next. Yeah, well, Eyes on Entertainment. You got to, guess we all got to get aligned and we got to stop banging each other up and bruising each other's egos and continuing to fuel this. But I think that it's very pertinent that all that I have lined here for you to see today, I think it all needs to be seen at one time. Some of it may make you smile. Some of it may upset your stomach. And for that, I apologize. It's not the way. This is just a very real look at all the players who are involved in doing the most BS right now. Okay. Um, Give me just one moment. All right. I just need to do a little bit of rearranging really quick. Okay. Now, here we go. All right. This is all fair use, quite naturally.
Yesterday, my friends and I, Molly Golightly, Andra, and Jonathan Gator, started running down the driveway of the Wells. He began to yell profanities and started acting violent and erratic.
I'm
Bullhorn Betty.
Nice to meet you.
I heard you were pretty pissed at me last night.
I'm not pissed. I just didn't know what was going on.
Oh, your girl.
Came out and we
Interviews
Right.
and Benjamin Keys.
I have no idea. I don't know if he's here or not.
He is.
Do
That's
you
his
know
car.
who he is?
That's
I
the car.
do know who he
I'm
is.
pretty sure it is.
I
Does it have the key? Yep, sure is.
worked with EquiSearch on our side. We're coming out and doing.
Get a good look. See? You gonna sue me? Why your hand shake? You are shook. Look at your hand. I got to worry about you.
Are you going to worry about me?
Nah, I'll break your face too.
Do it.
Step 1 foot out.
No. Come.
Looks eerily familiar, doesn't it? The only problem with this gentleman's situation is that he didn't have the same restraint that I had. Now, I'll tell you the backstory to this is that JLR here, this douchebag, filmed this man's property and then walked up on his property and was caught by this man's, the neighbor's security cam. And so allegedly JLR was assaulted and didn't do anything to even defend or protect himself, except got his camera out. And I think that eventually, you know, this is on the cusp right here. Like, this is two very dangerous situations that the two of these people, well, three of these people have been involved in. And I'll tell you that it isn't going to be like this forever. Eventually, you're going to go somewhere. And let me tell you what, with the lack and neglect to do your proper research, these folks didn't even know that for purple trees and fence posts mean no trespassing. And then you have signs that say no trespassing. So that's two verbal and visual warnings, right? Somebody in that clan is going to make the wrong move and they're going to get themselves hurt. Let's push forward.
Prison, buddy. Okay. Prison. You're going to prison. Call 911. You're going to prison. Call 911. You're calling.
The laundry home has
And look, instead of calling 911, just keeps the camera on himself.
been under.
Now, what I also want to show you is this. Watch his hands shaking so badly.
I'm gonna take you.
See his hands? That's a jitter in the camera from him holding, like he's scared. He's scared. He made his debut into almost getting hurt. Blowjob Eddie, the same thing. In fact, Blowjob is doing more to protect JLR than JLR is doing to protect JLR. This is a scary situation. And you want to know what? I had no idea who I was looking at when I saw this expose months ago. I'm like, who is that idiot about to get beat up? Dun, 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 dun.
You're going to prison. Call 911. You're going to prison. 911. You're calling.
The laundry home has been under siege since Gabby Petito's homicide and Brian's disappearance.
Come out. Come out. Stop with the
answers. Where is your son?
Constant protests have the whole street on edge, and it finally reached the boiling point after one neighbor had a meltdown, accusing a protester of trespassing.
He did trespass. I saw the video. He came right up. He went right past the man's basketball hoop and came right up to the corner of the man's house. Ooh, JLR. Oh, did you see that flinch? That was priceless. Let me move this back a little bit so you can get a better look at that. Let's slow it down a little bit too, so that you can really get a good look at that that flinch. Holy shit, that was a stiff flinch. Damn, he really thought he was gonna get hit, didn't he?
Accusing a protester of trespassing.
Whoa.
He was charged with battery and simple assault.
That's nothing. That's $100 and you're right out. And he probably didn't even have to pay a bond because of the extenuating circumstance. He probably got a own recognizance or a personal recognizance, right?
Meanwhile, the search for laundry appears stalled.
Meanwhile, what they did was nothing to help You know what? That man could have beat JLR up and still got the same charges he already had. Long as you're not kicking and punching or kicking and choking, like you can have a good old scruffle still in America, and it's just looked at like a scruffle. You're not going to go to prison. You know what I mean? Like you know, yeah, man, it's kind of worth it sometimes. You can slap somebody around, if they're out of pocket, and maybe pay a couple $100 and be home in a few hours. I mean, that's your thing.
How has he evaded the FBI for so long?
I do want to mention that last night on Molly Golightly's stream, Andrea, damn, I said that wrong, and I'm glad I did. Blowjob Betty, she said that she had to go to Pasco County and be DNA tested or submit her DNA because allegedly she claims on the Kathleen Moore case, she picked up the butcher knife that very well may have been the murder weapon. Let me tell you what. We kind of know just by watching TV that the very first thing you should do is probably not touch something that looks like a murder weapon in the vicinity because, well, you could just let your mind wander. You might fuck up a really strong case. You might nullify a piece of evidence. You may have planted that because we've seen you with the same sort of behavior at the SDA church in Kingsport, Tennessee, where allegedly it looks like you guys dropped a little play toy knife. My contention is that it was something that Blowjob Betty probably brought to the scene and dropped down and then picked up because she wants to be a star, right? So it touched so deep that she's claiming she had to go to Pasco County and submit her DNA so that she could be excluded from the alleged potential murder weapon. Brilliant sleuthing. Next time, why don't you, I don't know, kick the fucking thing around, maybe wash it off, breathe on it, sneeze on it, put it in your purse, or I don't know, blowjob, maybe bring it from your house and then put it down like you found it, right? Because you're just too sexy to be famous. You are on some need some medication in my life because I have an imbalance looking ass. Shit.
Spoke with former U.S. Marshal Lenny DePaul. Right now, law enforcement's chasing a ghost. I mean, this guy, Brian Laundrie, he's completely...
No, they weren't chasing a ghost. It was nomadic track. CM had it right the whole time, right? So there's a look into that. Let's take a look at this gentleman. I'm going to narrate if you can't see it. This is White Boy Radio Lockdown. This guy, Matt, he fucked guys in prison. Oh, boy. I was actually locked up with him and Viking Fitness. You can check both of these guys out. They're both white separatists. This guy is actually what you call a killer skin. It's a weak-ass prison gang that actually has no traction in the real world. It's just an attractant to be racist in the penitentiary so, you don't get raped by people of your own kind, right? So Viking is actually a cool person, but Matt, on the other hand, White Boy Radio Lockdown, had his own kind trying to kill him for messing with boys. This Viking didn't even know this. It's crazy how small the world is. You can go ask this guy. Now I see him on here acting like someone he ain't. He literally had a little white boy with cherries tattooed on his wrist. that he would have get on his knees and give him intercourse in the back stall. I watch him on here acting like he wasn't a bandit in prison. If you're not familiar with what a bandit is, it's, you know, a man that rapes other men, a booty bandit. They call them stool pushers, poop pushers. You know, there's a lot of different names for him. He bought that boy his clothes, food, even protected him. And got in a few altercations over him with other gentlemen. Y'all dig a little deeper on him, and I guarantee you will be glad. Hammers, blowjob Betty's, who touches on the murder weapons so that she has to interject her DNA. That, I mean, that's really part of being an investigation, isn't it? I mean, having your DNA next to the potential killer's DNA because you decided to touch some shit. Moving forward. Oops. I've got to. I clicked out a tab on accident. Give me a moment. That's a little bit. It's a little bit crazy, dude. I don't know. This is the one I want to watch now.
Tell them there was somebody looking over that cliff.
Fair use.
There's a guy. Did you see the guy?
Me.
Guy up on the hill.
Hi, it's me. This will make sense in a minute. I've got it all put together. Nice camera work, though. I mean, shit. So we know that there's a purple post in this video. We know that there's new do not trespassing signs. We even see the fucking lock on the door. The lock is like the last defense. It's the last, like, you're fucking not welcome here. You know, I think that it's interesting that the depths people will go to, right? This is going to make a lot more sense when we get to the end of this thing, right? I just want you guys to, you ladies, to be la patient. Shit. Okay. So here's the proof. They're not even sure. Like, it's the ego that makes them put the videos out that shows them breaking the law. It's just sheer ego. Well, that and this is the beginning play, because if she gets arrested for a trumped up charge for messing around on a crime scene, you know, she's going to have donations to get her out. We'll get to that too. Yeah, but she's right. This is the proof. I agree with her. It's the proof she was on the property on Beach Creek and not the mountain. She's right.
Yeah.
But she did also climb up the mountain too. Remember, she was hanging on the trees like a monkey, she said.
No, like an oil.
Yeah. So we see that. It's breaking the law. We all know that's breaking the law. We all know that that's breaking the law. So we've got the proof. Oh, here's the pudding. Don't know if you guys have seen this. Give me just about, oh shit, it could take us hours to break this thing down, but here we go, guys. Sorry. Trigger warning. If videos of jail or people acting with immense levels of psychopathy and mixed with alcohol and thievery, this isn't going to be for you.
Oliver Wiley, everybody's
Least.
favorite life coach.
Yeah. Now, this is all great advice, guys. Please do not be confused. There's a method to the madness, and you've got to, I mean, Molly knows what she's talking about, okay? All right, guys.
Really, ma'am? Come on. Let's get up.
Walk your own path. Never let somebody direct you and tell you where you need to go, even if you've got handcuffs on. Even if you're sloppy, inebriated, and don't even know the fucking way that they want you to go, walk your own path. Even if it means you are added another charge of obstruction of justice and resisting arrest. Walk your own path.
Ma'am, can you walk or no?
Oh, free side boob. Does she seem to have on some sort of booty shorts with some tights that been stretched so thin? And what are those? Are those the UGG welder steel-toed versions? Oh God, this is a mess. What the hell is this? 2 fucking seat belts? Jesus.
Why? Why can't you walk?
Ossifer, please, drunk. Bring her to jail. Yeah. How does it go? Hey, Ossifer, I'm not home. I'm drunk. I don't know what the fuck you say, but this is a crying fucking shame.
Why can't you walk?
Ooh, there's some good side boob. Did you guys see that? I'll tell you. I mean, boobs are boobs. It doesn't even matter if they're attached to Molly's boob. Look, there's some side boob. I'm really curious. It seems like maybe she gauged them up like ears. You know how you can gauge it up and make it bigger? Because I don't think that I don't think that that's her original bust size after the first surgery. I'm guessing that that's, I don't know what that is, but she's got some spillage, right? I mean, gravity's still playing a part. What the fuck you mean? Oh, look here. Uh, isn't that fucking, isn't that fitting? Molly Go Lightly in the drain. Myself, I wouldn't poke fun at people in their worst moments, but let's try to make it through this without, let's be professional. So here we see, guys. Um, Molly's traveled a long ways, spent a lot of money, and really had to. Well, you'll get to it. She came all the way to New Orleans to fucking throw her hair in the drain.
Ma'am, you need to stand up, okay? Everyone to kill me.
Use your voice. Don't ever let somebody tell you what you're thinking or what you're going to say or any of that stuff, okay? Don't do it. Don't let people run over you. Sometimes in a room full of people talking loud, you need to whisper to be heard, or something to that effect. I'm sure the skeptic scientist knows. Be assertive. Know what your worth is. Know your value, and know when people are not giving you your full value. Okay. I love New Orleans, so now I'd like to mention that this young gal here, this is Tiffany. Tiffany had a great six-figure job in which she lost because Molly took the money from the stripper and gave it to her to put in her bra. She allegedly didn't know. I'm assuming that one wouldn't throw away a six-figure job in order to hold about $200 worth of ones for Molly. So this lady really had a lot of respect, and she just basically took it for the team. Fuck you mean? Doesn't matter if this lady's convicted now or not. Just the allegation that she was involved. I mean, we got video of her taking a bunch of ones out of her purse, or her boob purse. Boobs that money touched that night? Holy shit. Always encourage others. Be the life of the party. Oh, we've got the look of confirmation. Did you see that? In body language, which I am fully certified to do, that was, well, that look you're seeing there that's desperation in need of another drink, or by freedom. I don't know. But oh God, she just looks like she been rode hard and fucked away wet. So really the situation here that's at hand, that I started this rambling of her hair is a fucking mess. Yeah, it was the look of confirmation. Sorry. There you see it. Watch. Yep. That's what you call a look of confirmation. Go ask Scott and all them guys from the body language panel, whatever behavioral panel. That's what you call a look of confirmation. These two are simultaneously thinking on the same wavelength. And let me tell you what, that color of pink in that holding cell does nothing for either one of these ladies in a radiant light. I mean, it is just the most putrid pink. Molly's voice seems to have really changed. I think it's just by sheer virtue of snot build up in her nasal, all in her head. Or you could connotate that potentially she was into the nose candy, treating the nose, white girl, Hannah Montana, cocaine, powder, coke, whatever. There's another nod of confirmation. I don't know that we're going to get the visual back to the audience. I mean, because this is what it's all about. It's all about being on camera. Fuck you mean? Yeah, you know, the last time I heard, now let me tell you this. My son, oh, my son, he's 21 this year. The last time I've heard a woman squeal like that is when my son was born. My son was like 8 pounds. His mother was a small gal. I mean, it just, oh shit, man. So that's really the last. I mean, that's childbirthing screams. Like I think that the jail nurse needs to come over and take a look at this situation. I think that Molly may be dropping one she didn't know she had with her. She needs an epidural, stat. Contractions 3 minutes apart, not Bradford and Hicks, like stat. I mean, she's about to blow. She needs to ask for help, right? I can see visually this thing is about to, it's cusped. Yeah. Oh, it's developed. It's developed. I bet Princess would be the one to answer the phone if she called this late, though. I mean, that's his job, right? Answer the phone when Molly's out of town because nobody likes to hear this shit. Oh, look at there. They've got a handcuff in a hole. That's when you're really fucking up. You might see this sort of, oh man, that really restricts your movement, right? Especially if they put it on one particular side of you, then you've got to do like a hula hoop in order to lay on your other side. Your arms crossed over you, and it's just, you know, it's fucking bad news. This is a bad situation. This just turned from bad to worse with the appearance of this Porky's hole in the wall handcuff. This looks like something could be in a sex dungeon, for fuck's sake. Jesus. I think the reality is setting in. Pretty clear it's setting in. But you know, on the bright side, this is an old parish New Orleans jail. I mean, it looks like somebody's already started to tool their way out. So, you know, I bet Molly could pull a file out of her pussy and just bust the two of these out, spring them right now. I think she's used to the concierge at the hotel. There's no one holding her hair. Oh man, you know how many people have pissed and vomited and had their period on that floor in that pink room? Holy shit. Those things just get a once over by the trustees. I mean, it is not like a, uh, what do they call it nowadays with the COVID cleaning? Terminal cleaning? Oh no, it's not a terminal cleaning. In fact, with just the sheer, um, the coldness of that joint, that's what they hope keeps the disease and virus down. But we know you go to a fucking New Orleans jail, you're gonna get fucking TB and fucking STD and oh Jesus, FBI, holy shit! I don't probation, POs. I mean, just all the acronyms. They just NY, NOPD. You know, fuck me, mean. Oh, boob shots. Holy shit! I think your girls are gonna bust loose. What do you call that? Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. You know what? I'm actually convinced that she had her whole boob out there. She just doesn't have a nipple. Yeah, that's a whole boob. I mean, with this circumference, the nipple should be right in this general vicinity. I don't think Molly has any nipples. She probably should get a donation for some fucking nipples. Look, that's a whole boob. I don't care what you say. That's a whole boob. You should be getting, you know, ridgy sort of bumpulous nipple activity right here, and it's just smooth as Princess's head. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Did you see the pearl necklace? I wonder if that's actually hers or did she buy it while she was there? Maybe she showed her boobs to get it. Oh yeah. Well, what is that? Is that a little pepperoni right there? Is that a little ridged pepperoni action right there? I don't know. I'm jaded. Either her nipple is way, way to the west. I mean, it's not centrally located like you think it would be. It's like the offshoot of downtown was pushed to the west a little, or they're just she doesn't have any. She's like, fuck it, just cut my nipples off. My husband won't fuck me anyways. There's the pearl necklace right there. Well, that's probably a spit guard, is what that is. I bet this bitch was spitting mad. I mean, look at her face. She looks like Linda Blair. Like her head's gonna spin around and she's gonna start vomiting green pea soup and stabbing her vagina with a crucifix. It's what to come. Yes.
You stole from a stripper.
Now, I want to tell you, it's either this drunk right here is the thing that left her cockeyed. Go all over the ceiling. I would try to hide the fact that one of my eyes would go cock when I put too much cognac. That's what people call it when they like the finer taste of, a vintage Remy or a Hennessy or perhaps even a blonde Hennessy, which is a white Hennessy. Look it up. It's actually a clear cognac, but I call it cognac, like French, or cognac is how I think they say it in the Midwest. So it's you really put that French savoir on it, and you call it a cognac. Now I'm seeing a glisten under the nose, which is leading me to believe that there's some sort of extracurricular, way peripheral, sort of street narcotic involved. Something that you would ingest nasally. Yeah. You see it right there. Oh yeah, it's starting. She's just like, holy fuck! I hope she doesn't find that 20-pack of cocaine in my wallet.
Strip joint.
Now, that's the face that hundreds, maybe thousands of men across America who have paid for her services, that's the look they get right before they say, is it okay? Can I come? I'm going to come. I'm ready to come. And that's the face you get right there. Money shot. I mean, just, you could stick a fucking cantaloupe and a quarter in there. I mean, holy fuck. Don't get that thing hung up. Be very, very cautious. Your next words, choose them wisely. Oh. This whole video is probably why her husband does not fuck on her at all.
Just about. Please arrest me what you believe I think is fetuling.
Fetuling. I looked that up. There's no such fucking thing as fetuling. I'm not even sure what the connotation is. It just escapes me. It just fucking escapes me. But let me pull this back a little bit.
Just about. Please arrest me what you believe I think is fetuling from stealing from us.
How fucked up do you have to be to start making up your own versions of what is that? Is that Kevorkian? Is it Slovakian? Is it what is fetuling? And what is us? And then she gives you this confirmation nod, like any of us that see this are supposed to know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm getting the connotation because I know the charge that they hit her with, and it was fucking some sort of theft. But a fetuling, that's a new one. Assist? A steelcher. Somebody look up steelcher. Fucking stat. Fetuling steelcher. Is that like a fledgling stealer? That doesn't even sound right. Fledgling killer, but we're talking about a fleshling steelcher. Feshling steelcher. Huh. Maybe that's some sort of Italian couch with an ottoman, maybe?
Feels
Yeah, it's a Feshling steelcher. That's German. That's German engineering. I forgot all about that. They make a very, very sought after couch. It's kind of like IKEA, but they call it Feshling steelcher. She's really in trouble for stealing a Feshling steelcher. I didn't see the couch, but evidently she had it stuffed in her pussy.
just about.
You know, if you've ever seen somebody that's just in a cocaine psychosis, when that cocaine is just running out of their fucking noses, you'll oftentimes see them with their tongue up there trying to catch the residuals. Like, no, I paid for good money for this shit. Right? Oh, man. Yeah, she's licking her snot.
Please arrest me what you believe I think is fetching from stealing from a steel strip.
Yeah, it's a Feshling steelcher. Hey, I've never even seen a Feshling steelcher in real life, but I've only heard myths about them. Like, it's a Feshling steelcher. Fuck, man, look it up.
I'm not swearing my words. I can't understand. I know you want to arrest me so bad.
You don't say.
Yes, the only thing I wanted to do.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Have you recently had any drugs or alcohol? Never.
Never. Has anyone seen her Diary of a Xanax Housewife? That's just an admission of being addicted to benzos. We saw earlier she just had the coca-leaves just running out of her nose like, I don't know, like a fucking migrating pack of wildebeests.
But I have drank some alcohol. Yes.
Just a little bit of alcohol.
Do you have any mental health issues?
I'm going to answer for her. No. Wait. Can I change my answer? Never. That's what I was going to say.
You're not pregnant.
Fuck. Well, no, she's not. She actually probably paid someone else to carry Jake for her, right? What do you call that? A nanny that's out of the job? You would have to have sex in order to be pregnant. Oh. Now, she's a pro. She would know. But you are aware, Molly, that you can have protected sex and not get pregnant. So I'm guessing this is an admission that every man she's let run in her, no prophylactics, no protection, no barrier, no dental dam, no sponge, no IUD, no little helicopter thing. Oh no, she knows the exact last time she got laid because it coincided with the Cash App that came right behind it.
3 hours later.
Yep, look at that jack jaw right there. That's what they do when they're on that cocaine. They do like this. They work their jaw back and forth. That's told you. That's cocaine. There it is again. Either that or that's some sort of oral gymnastics. I don't know. Maybe I should have my wife take a look at this. Now, I didn't make this video, but I did kind of briefly speak with the creator, the content creator, and they meant to put testicle right there, but it auto corrected and it put spectacle. So what it's really supposed to say here is never make a testicle of yourself. Oh shit. Fuck me. Don Wells, be very fucking scared. I mean, we got a fucking kamikaze pilot here. We got a suicide bomber, maybe. I mean, or is she just really confused about what the word suicidal means? She's suicidal. That's usually self-harm. And usually people that are suicidal, unless they're carrying a bomb made of C4 on their chest, they're not going to kill everybody or anybody, just themselves. So I do believe that she may have some C4 jammed up her pussy with that fleshling steel chirp. She's got the the C4 stacked in a pile on the couch in her pussy. You with me? So it went from suicidal to homicidal to demanding suicide by cop. This thing has went the distance pretty fucking quick. I'm starting to look like it's bottom of the ninth and the fucking bases are juiced and you've got your pinch hitter on. He's a good runner, but he don't bunt for shit. What you're praying for now is a delay of game, all on the account of rain. And when I mean rain, I don't mean the waterworks that you're seeing come out of this pig's face. Let us move forward. That's not the quickest way to get out of the jail. In fact, that's the fastest way to be sent to the infirmary. Have a ride called for you to send you to a county mental facility where they'll hold you for about 3 days, pumped up full of Thorazine and whatever the fuck makes you sleep until you piss yourself. And then they'll bring you back to jail to stand good for stealing money from the hooker. It's just a lot of extra shit. And I don't think you packed enough for all of that.
Please, take everything I have.
Funny, again, how history repeats itself. See, just probably about 25 minutes ago, she had just taken everything a stripper had. Do you mean to tell me that Molly Golightly stole some money when she already had a bunch of money? That's like asking to bum a cigarette from someone when you have a pack full. You just don't want to smoke yours. You want to smoke other people's while you're around them. Kind of shit. Right?
My house, cleans everything.
Oh, wow. So, Donnie, Candace, filing that paperwork is going to be the best thing because as soon as she gets arrested, holy shit, we can donate her whole house and her whole existence right to the reward of your daughter. I mean, she's going to offer it right up. As soon as you hear the of those handcuffs, you're going to hear her mouth open up in a whirlwind of pleas and demands that people take everything she owns in order to rectify a very, very bad decision, a very silly decision, but nonetheless very bad.
Take my kid.
Oh shit, her kid. Golly, Molly, you talk a lot of shit about Don. I don't even think Don would offer his kids up to get out of jail. I mean, I just don't see it. But we got visual and verbal confirmation from you, audible confirmation as well.
My house, cleans everything. Take my kid. No, they take my kid.
Well, if you take the house, Molly, you might as well send the kid with it because I don't think at this point there's enough left on them bones. You got to whore your way back into a 6-figure account.
Just take my money, please. Madam.
All her money, again, all her money seems like it's already gone because they stole it from the stripper, hence why they find themselves traversing this unfamiliar, unnavigatable terrain that they're currently experiencing now.
You need to let her.
Take all my money, please. Take everything I have,
What are you
please.
doing?
We didn't hear her offer the vagina though, which is a good thing. I mean, maybe she's went through some Hookers Anonymous and she no longer feels like she has to validate herself through herself by letting men run through herself. That's a good thing. Kudos, Molly. I mean, for someone in your situation, it seems like you could have parachuted out of this bad fucking deal by throwing your pussy on the fucking altar of get me out of jail free now, immediately.
You want to rape me?
Oh no, wait, I stand corrected. Hold on. Here comes the sexual connotation. You know, I did read somewhere, and unfortunately, guys, trigger warning. There was a study done that they said 1/3 of women of the sexual age have some sort of rape fantasy. Now, it isn't the actual rape, it's the ideal of, maybe a partner coming through the window and making sweet, passionate love to them, and then, crawling back out of the window while he's wiping himself down. I don't know, but here we go with her sick depravity. She's offered her kid up. Now she's gonna force you to rape her, I think.
Stab me! You shoot me in the head, I don't give a fuck. You want me, don't you?
Oh fuck. Here we go. I bet Molly Golightly in her fucking peak, she had one of those little cube apps, that you could put in the top of your phone and you could slide a credit card through there. I mean, fuck, look at her Cash App. It's $ Molly Golightly LLC. I mean, the bitch has made herself a company. I mean, companies usually remind me of things that have warehouses that they put merchandise in. I think she's got it confused. I think she thinks her vagina is a warehouse that she can put her fleshling steelture and the C4 from the suicide attempt, the suicidal homicidal talk from earlier. Hoo-ah.
It's how you want me so bad. You want to just fuck me in my ass with no rules.
That is concerning. That's very hard to listen to. In fact,
Is concerning.
I don't know exactly even why that would be the first thing, right? Like, I tell you, I don't hardly ever think about doing that with my wife, ever, never. And especially with no lube. Like, what kind of lifestyle you've been living? You're starting to, you got a filthy mouth like a hooker. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is being a hooker like being an addict and an alcoholic? Like, once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic? Even when you shed the alcoholic and the tendencies, or when you put the dope down and you don't do the things that you used to do for the dope while you were on the dope to keep the dope? So maybe when you stop hookering that same day, you could stop in the morning and by lunchtime, you're not a hooker anymore? What's the deadline? Somebody tell me.
You want to kill me, don't you?
Sounds like you want him to kill you with his penis in your butt with no lube. That would be fucking treachery. I mean, I can't imagine. That'd be just like being in prison. Well, you're in a county jail, so.
It's how you want me so bad. You want to just fuck me in my ass with no rules. You want to kill me, don't you? Why? Why do you want to do this to me?
He never said anything. He never agreed. He never disagreed. He never added to the contextual fantasy that Miss Ho Knightley is trying to paint on this effervescent vodka cocaine filled rampage of stealing hookers' money and ending up in jail. Now you're on camera. Why is this not in 60 Days In? Or why did we not use this as a scared straight technique on young white Caucasian privileged kids in America that will be able to go steal from ethnic strippers and have this sort of thing happen to them? Don't you know when She gives the money back to the cops. They don't just walk back over to the hooker and give her money that she spent all night taking her clothes and lotioning herself up for. I mean, they did all the work. Molly wanted all the glory. She wanted to live again like a hooker vicariously through a stripper. It wasn't that she needed the money. She just didn't have any $1 bills that smelled like Victoria's Secret's lotion to really just invigorate the inner whore in her. I have tipped strippers in my life, probably thousands of dollars, maybe. I mean, over the course, of course. I mean, hell, it's been 10 years since I've been to one, so I spent thousands of dollars in 10 years of my life. All through my 30s, I lived in a strip club. I mean, hell, got two of my baby's moms are like strippers. Not anymore. Way back. I mean, way back. Oh, wait, did you see that? Another money shot. Ah, just missed it. There it is. Oh, quick! I gotta be quicker on the draw, Benny. They're gonna make fun of you. Oh, missed it again. Damn it. Oh, we can't let this one go. This was better than the first one. There it is. Although the one before this that I caught like in between the text and this one, she had her eyes closed, which I think probably in her heyday and peak of hookering, she probably got those eyelashes stitched on or glued on. And I mean, hell, if you're going right to the next trick, why do you want that shit in your eyelashes, right? Like there isn't enough time to apply them in the taxi cab on the way to the next trick. See, her face has changed into like 8 different things. She's already, since the time she took the handcuffs off till now, she's already had 3 1/4 facelifts. So it's just fishing line and they're holding it all up at this point. Did you know, guys, that some of that is actually like string they put in there? It's fucking weird. Yeah, like she now owns stock in, I don't know, Abu Garcia.
Least.
Favorite life coach.
I've got one more for you. We'll go through for just a minute. We've been here for already an hour and 14 minutes, so let's go.
Yeah, let me just give you an example. We're going to have most likely 2 vehicles out there, okay? 2 vehicles in Tennessee.
This is for the new protest at Don's job.
Right? Yep. A vehicle rental right now for the days that we're talking about is going to be close to $500.
So what you're seeing here is a woman that bitches about putting her life in jeopardy, but now she wants you to pay for a rental car so she can go put her life in jeopardy. She was there when it went sour in front of the laundry house. She knows how awkward this thing can be. In fact, she's been on 3 protests and 2 of them have went sour. She's been on the Gabby Petito, went sour. Kathleen Moore, I fully retract everything I just said. She's 0-3. She picked up the alleged murder weapon and had to go in and submit her DNA with everyone else who could be involved in the actual crime. Now, when they test the handle of the butcher knife, they have to rule out this one right here as a suspect. That's extra work. Don't you understand that, Andrea? For you to touch a murder weapon and then have to submit your DNA to be ruled out by the forensics lab, don't you know that that further complicates that sample? And let me tell you what, Miss Blowjob Betty, let me tell you what. Don't you know that now there's going to be a discovery on that butcher knife? Let me tell you why. Because if in fact it is believed to have been the murder weapon like you suggest and you allege, what the defense attorney, all the defense attorney has to do at this point is file for a motion of discovery. Once you get the motion of discovery, you go all down through the various steps and the precautions taken in regards to said butcher's knife. Now, let's hope that while we are trying to exclude Blowjob Betty's DNA, we don't contaminate the sample and the man doesn't fucking walk. You fucking numbskull, you. That is just about 1/3. No, that is about 1/87th of all the possibilities that could happen when you fucking gumshoe. Let me tell you what, Andrea. Even as a pothead, I got a few of these, right? Now, I know it's not big enough to put the butcher knife in it, but let me tell you what you could do. You know that guy, what's his name, Kwame? He'll see people do all kinds of crazy shit, and then he'll do something really easy, and then he goes, watch this. Butcher knife, Kathleen Moore, on the ground. Pothead Benny walks by. He's got a bag. It doesn't fit. Oh no, Andrea, whatever do we do? Get it? Andrea, let me show you something else. Cigarette smoker. I know this part is that's the hardest part of it all. Can even put 2 in here, Blowjob. Watch. Don't, web sleuths, don't ever touch the fucking butcher knife. Web sleuths. What I would tell you, don't take tips. Don't touch butcher knives. Stay with the bullhorn. And keep your bitch ass in Florida for something bad happens to you, man, because it is people in the rest of the world that do know when they go fuck around with shit they shouldn't be, they wear gloves when they do it. Hoo-wah.
$500.
Yep.
That's
Now
just for the
that-
rental. That's not airfare. That's not hotel accommodations.
Bitch, if you was really about doing something, what you would do, bitch, is you would rent a 13-passenger Ford van for one money, and you would drive it down there, and the 3 of you fucking idiots would camp out, van lifestyle, Gabby Petito style. You could camp out in the fucking van and be mobile to go wherever you needed. No, you got to have Holiday Inn Express. Hold on, it gets better.
That's not food. And it's not like we're sitting at the Hyatt or the Hilton.
It is exactly like they're sitting at the Hyatt, the Holiday Inn Express in Rogersville, the Holiday Inn Express in Kingsport. It's Holiday Inn. I mean, what the fuck? Let me tell you what. When I put them ladies in the room at the Holiday Inn, the same room that you were in, it cost $174 a night. $174. And you had to put down a $50 incidental deposit.
deposit. So for 2 rooms, for all the days they were there, so how many days were they there? Molly was there like 5 days. Remember, Molly got there days before, and I'm not looking at the chat, y'all. I'm going to answer all that when I'm through. Molly was there playing the game like she was about to leave and come home. And I mean, Molly probably drank $500 worth of alcohol while she was there. The fuck? I mean, on the flight, I mean.
We're sitting in, like what was the last Quality Inn?
It was not a Quality Inn. She's fucking lying. It was a Holiday Inn Express. It had the green wall, and I stayed in the same hotel as them. You guys saw it. It's a fucking beautiful hotel. It is $174 per night.
I mean,
She knows she lied. Look. Watch. That bitch knows she lied. She's like, oh, shit, I just lied like a motherfucker. Look.
And stuff like that. People have not a clue. And it's like they're small-minded.
yeah, let me just give you an example. We're going to have most likely 2 vehicles out there, okay? 2 vehicles in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
A vehicle rental right now for the days that we're talking about is going to be close to $500.
What does this bitch do for work? Like, what is she willing to contribute of her own money? Let me tell you what, I spent almost $600 of my own money going to Tennessee. My own money that I made doing my real life shit. How much money of their own? They are out here fucking up on good folks' money. That's a down south term. These bitches are out here fucking up on good folks' money. That's what they're doing. These people are so stupid, they don't care. And you want to know who's stupid? I don't even know who this lady is. But if she's not up there and her face ain't red and she ain't hollering at these two, she supports that shit. That's how easy it is to read these situations. It's all about money, this whole motherfucking me thing. Let me tell you what. In the past 3 days, Molly Golightly has netted $2,847. This year, almost 50 grand.
$500.
Yep.
That's just for the rental. That's not airfare. That's not hotel accommodations. That's not food. And it's not like we're sitting at the Hyatt or the Hilton. We're sitting in the, like what was the last Quality Inn? I mean, so I don't get it, but
This is cool. Check this out. This is awesome. Did you guys just hear that ding? Yeah. It's Molly Golightly in her new troll. What do you call it? Her new troll number. All of Molly Golightly's trolls, they all say yo. She says that a lot. Yo. And they're always 936 numbers. Let me show you what she just sent me right now. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Check it out. If I'm lying, I'm crying. I ain't shed a tear. What does that say? Yo, tell your sister I said rest and piss, bitch. Yo, that's Molly Golightly. Tell your sister I said rest in piss, bitch. That's the number right there. Karma is a bitch, they just sent. Of course, I didn't type anything nice back. I said, eat the side of my cock, you fuckless single mother. I don't know. It could be a man. I don't even know. Shit. The fuck, man? Tired, man. These people ain't no good, man. These people ain't no good, man. These people don't mean no, but these people, they're not even good in their own lives. These people suck at their own lives. And we want them to be the saviors. I showed you 100 fucking minutes of the nastiest shit by the people who claim they're doing the most. Let me tell you about Blowjob Betty. Blowjob Betty is a cocaine addict.